Hi everyone, I'm Christopher Sharp here. We're going to talk about the NFL and up-and-coming teams next season. And when I say up-and-coming teams, I specifically mean teams that I believe that are going to be upstarts in the next football season that maybe the national media is overlooking. So the first team we're going to go with is the Atlanta Falcons. Now the Falcons went 7-9 last year, but they had a lot of injuries on offense and defense. But most of them on defense. So in the secondary, they lost Keanu Neal, their strong safety, to a season-ending injury. They lost Ricardo Allen to another injury. They also lost Deion Jones, their linebacker, to an injury. And their DNs, Tack McKinley and Vic Beasley, had some nagging injuries as well. So on all three levels of the defense, the Falcons had several key players out, and they're basically pulling people off the street to play. And it showed in the games because the Falcons would score 40 points in a game and still lose. And in the NFL, usually that should be enough, but that was not the case in Atlanta this past season. So with a healthy defense and also on offense, the Falcons added 2 first-round picks on the O-line and Devonta Freeman. They're Pro Bowl running backs coming back as well. So with 2 offensive linemen that could potentially start, along with also 2 free agents they added on the O-line for depth. So they have plenty of depth on the O-line now. With that and Devonta Freeman back, this offense should be explosive. And if you give Matt Ryan time to throw, I kind of compare it to Tom Brady. Tom Brady has plenty of time to throw with the Patriots, and that's why you see people like D4, for who used to be on the Kansas City Chiefs. That's why you see him jumping offside in the AFC Championship game, because he literally just is trying to get to the quarterback, and it's hard to get past the Patriots' offensive line. And Tom Brady's got plenty of time to throw, so he can hit Julian Edelman and formerly Gronk. He used to be able to hit Robert Gronkowski all day because he had plenty of time to throw. If you give Matt Ryan that amount of time with Julio Jones on the outside, Calvin Ridley, and Mohamed Sanu, along with Austin Hooper at tight end, then he's going to shred defenses. He had a great year last year, but even though he got sacked a lot, he was one of his best season when you look at his stats. So if you get Matt Ryan plenty of time to throw, and he'll be great. And also Devonta Freeman, if you pave holes for him in the running game, then that's going to be the play action is going to be even better. So honestly, the Falcons look like a really thriving team that people are overlooking. I could see them winning the whole division in the NFC South and also being a high seed in the NFC next season. Now, moving on, we're going back to the AFC. We'll talk about the Baltimore Ravens. Yes, the Ravens made the playoffs last year, but Lamar Jackson didn't have the best performance at the end of the year. So I feel like people are kind of down on the Ravens right now. They're focusing on the Browns with Odell Beckham and Baker Mayfield, and they're focusing on the Steelers with Big Ben and James Conner and Juju Smith-Schuster. I believe the Ravens still have a lot. Yes, they lost Eric Weddle, Terrell Suggs, and a lot of other players on defense, but they've been kind of preparing for this. They've been drafting replacements, so I feel like people are going to rise up, and that defense will still be pretty strong. Now, on offense, the running game has to get going. They signed Mark Ingram at running back from the Saints, so he'll be a good, nice help off the play action and kind of help dive and have some powerful, strong runs up the middle. And Lamar Jackson, if he just improves his accuracy a little bit on deep balls, specifically on deep balls, if he can hit the deep ball off play action, that'll help his game immensely. And also, those intermediate throws. Those are the hardest throws in the NFL, those intermediate throws. So if he can work on that a little bit, then I feel like he'll be a great guy, quarterback next season. And they had a couple of receivers in the draft, Marquise Brown and some other prospects to give him some more weapons on the outside. But you give Lamar Jackson some more time in a one full offseason where he knows, hey, I'm the guy, I'm the quarterback. There's no Joe Flacco here I'm trying to compete with. I'm not doing any wildcat plays. I am the quarterback. So if you give him a whole offseason to really lock in and hone his talent, and also maybe bulk up a little bit, get a little healthier, because I think he had a couple of nagging injuries toward the end of the year, then I think the Ravens can do some work in the AFC next season. Yes, there's the Patriots still there. The Chargers are going to be pretty good, and the Browns, of course. But I feel like the Baltimore Ravens have a solid chance of being an upstart team next season. And staying in the AFC, another upstart team is going. I have the Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean, yes, they were really good a year ago or 2 years ago, but last season they really fell off. They had a lot of injuries on defense, and also the quarterback play with Blake Bortles, it just wasn't happening. Blake Bortles can turn it on one game, and he'll be awful for the next 8 games. So now they have Nick Foles from the Philadelphia Eagles, and they signed him and gave him $50 million guaranteed. So Nick Foles, if he can give the Jaguars just a little bit of consistent quarterback play, then the whole team is going to be amazing. They still have Leonard Fournette in the backfield. They have some decent receivers on the outside. And they're considering a ground and pound first team. But on defense, they added Josh Allen in the draft at number 7 overall. He slid, and that was a steal. So he can help add some pass rush ability to the defense. Jalen Ramsey's back. Telvin Smith's a big loss, and now he's probably taking a year off at middle linebacker to focus on his own personal issues, which I respect that. Family comes first. But that's going to hurt a little bit. But overall, I feel like the Jaguars defense realizes, hey, we have an opportunity to make a rebound. Last year was embarrassing. We need to come back and bring that same swag and that same attitude we had before. So watch out for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Everyone has the Colts and the Texans as trendy picks in the AFC South, but I feel like the Jacksonville Jaguars can really show up and make some noise in the playoffs next season and in the division. So overall, and also in the NFC, finally, we'll go to the Green Bay Packers, because the Green Bay Packers, yes, everyone's like, well, we know the Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers, of course. But the Vikings and the Bears took over last season. They were the ones running the show in the NFC North. So I believe that Aaron Rodgers, he's heard the whole media the entire offseason just dog him repeatedly. Oh, this whole issue is his fault. Don't blame Mike McCarthy, blame Aaron Rodgers. So now he's a new coach, and it's his time to shine. Aaron Rodgers, he's also getting up there in age. He's getting pretty old. So, I mean, he still has plenty of time. Now that Tom Brady's playing until he's 40, but still, you never know with certain people. But Aaron Rodgers, this is time to shine, and I believe he's going to come out with a vengeance. And everyone's going to they've forgotten about the Packers a little bit, but I feel like in Green Bay, they're ready to go. They got that defense. They've been drafting on defense recently. They've been adding some new weapons on offense. So I feel like overall, Rodgers, he's that man, as Stephen A. Smith. He's a bad man, as Stephen A. Smith says. So I feel like Aaron Rodgers has a great opportunity to really showcase his talents and kind of challenge the Bears and the Vikings and say, look, we're not dead yet. We're still here, and we're ready to go. So overall, I feel like the NFL is going to be nice and balanced next season. I have a great feeling about the upcoming season, and hopefully it turns out well. I'm Christopher Sharp, and thank you for tuning in.